So, hello everyone, welcome to Geek Serum. As you know, there are many geek podcasts out there, but most of them are from the United States and England and pretty much the Western world. And we want to do something for a local scene. So, my name is Dominic, and together with my friend Sean, we are two
Hi.
friends with similar interests and a passion for geeky things. So, what we like to do is to invite everyone into our conversation and get your dose of geek serum. So, Sean, what are we going to talk about today?
Okay, for this is our first podcast, and we are doing it. We are looking ahead to 2017 because it's coming in a few days. I was thinking maybe we just look on the upcoming superhero movies that we're getting for 2017. Which I and what we hope what the movies about, the what we hope to see, and what's our most anticipated. Like
Mm,
first on, we have Logan, which is will be Hugh Jackman's last turn as Wolverine. So what do you think
oh
about that one, Dominic?
man. Well, such a depressing start. You know, like Hugh Jackman has been the face of Wolverine for ever since the start of the X Men movies. It's really sad to see him go, but I mean, considering like how Marvel is gonna make a big turn in the mutant universe, like I wouldn't be surprised if they actually do want a new cast for the cast of X Men. But Logan himself, I mean, in this movie, he is like kind of a man in the woods. While at the same time taking care of his his uh his clone, a girl by the name of Laura, which if you guys out there who do not know who Laura is, she's X-23. So X-23 has healing factors of what Wolverine has. And so like after the years of future past, like this movie is about like the last of the mutants, like an aging Logan, like his healing factor is failing, and Charles Xavier together with Wolverine is going to protect this girl Laura being hunted by evil force. I Yeah, so what about you though, Sean? Like what's your take on the movie itself? Is Do you think that this is a new origin film?
I won't say it's origin, more of a sort of a farewell to Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, because I think it's been pretty well known that Hugh Jackman himself has said that this will be his last time as Wolverine, and the director James Mangold, who directed the previous Wolverine movie as well, I think he's been comparing it to sort of a western. There's a western feel to it, and I think the general consensus is going to be loosely adapting the Old Man Logan storyline, which is a popular Marvel comics that was written by this writer called Mark Miller, which shows a dystopian future where an aging Wolverine who has retired from the X Men due to um, previous traumatizing experience, which I won't spoil because it's a really good movie, and for those who are interested, they can check it out themselves. Okay, and
But
I'm thinking,
uh-huh.
yeah, as you were saying, I'm thinking this will be more of a farewell to Logan. So I'm thinking there might probably be some deaths. Uh, I'll just I'll
Ooh.
just I'll just say spoiler alert first, but it's not confirmed. But I have a feeling that maybe Xavier might bite it in this one.
No way. No, I man, I don't think so. I think it will be more of uh ex like Hugh Jackman on the brink of death, and then it will be more like the Laura being taken in by someone who can take care of her, like those like like soppy cliche. It's like, oh no, you have to go with her. No, don't leave me there. That those kind of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it might be a well worn trope, but it really these are the sort of the cliche that like to tap on the heartstrings of people. I know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but like after all that, right? Like, what do you think? What do you want to see? What are you anticipating about this movie though?
What I'm anticipating is I just really hope that it's a really good farewell, a really good Wolverine movie, so to serve as a farewell to Hugh Jackman's turn as Wolverine, because I will say that I'm not really a big fan of the previous two Wolverine movie.
Uh-huh.
I don't really like Origins. I think the Wolverine was good until the last act. And I think this more of this based on the trailer that we have seen so far, it looks to be more character driven and gritty, which I think suits Wolverine. So I think that's what I'm most anticipated about the a character driven story that properly serves Logan well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, I mean Logan, similar, I have similar views as you, but like you know, the thing about Wolverine is that it's action packed. So Wolverine's backstory about with his gritty past. I mean, hopefully they are going to make a really good fight scene with Sabretooth. I mean, like the rivalry between Logan and Sabretooth is one of the biggest in the Marvel universe, and like the previous one where he had this bar brawl with Sabretooth, I mean, like that was the most horrible fight scene of Wolverine you've ever seen, man.
I agree with you that the Wolverine Sabretooth relationship, the rivalry, hasn't been explored as well in the movie, in the Fox X-Men movies. So this is something that I'm sure we all us Wolverine fans will hope that they are able to explore in the movie itself. As for whether we'll see it, who knows? Yeah.
Okay, so moving on, the next movie we have would be Guardians of Galaxy 2. So as we all know, Guardians of the Galaxy are like those have called themselves like the Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, like protecting space and stuff from like the bad guys. But in this movie, like unlike the first one, the Guardians of Galaxy, they are going to find it hard to keep their their group together. I mean, like there are gonna be fights and stuff like that, and at the same time, like Star Lord or Peter Quill, the first protagonist we've seen in the first movie, he's gonna learn more about his true parentage, his dad, like who he really is and stuff like that. But so comparing as we all for those who have seen the trailer, I mean, who is your most anticipated character in this movie, Sean?
Yeah, I think I can speak for everybody. Say it's Baby Groot. Yeah, okay, but to be honest, I would say my favorite character in the first movie was Quill himself, because I think um, he's a really interesting character that sort of hides his sort of. I feel like he sort of hides his insecurity behind those sort of these quips. I know people like to. I know there are some that think that Marvel movies are a bit too quippy, but I think for Quill himself, he seems to be hiding behind this sort of those quip to mask maybe his insecurities. I don't know, but I'm not a psychologist, so I won't go too deep into that. But I would say I would say that it's really interesting, and he has this sort of roguish Han Solo vibe, which
Mm-hmm.
I think why a lot of people like him. So yeah, Peter Quill is my most anticipated character in this second Guardian, especially since we're going to learn more about his father, who his father will be,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
it's only been slightly teased at the end of the first Guardian movie. So yeah, for me it'll be Peter Quill. What about you, Dominic?
For me, I don't know. Like for me, I wouldn't say that my anticipated character that I would like to see comes from the first movie, but instead, like I'm hoping that they might add new characters inside. One being
Oh
Nova.
yeah, definitely,
One
definitely.
being Nova, you know, Nova has such a big influence in the space universe inside Marvel, and he is one of the few people that has guided the Guardians for I would say like one of the person who has most influence on the Guardians, like going on missions with Nova and stuff like that. But I like Nova would be more of an honorary member of the Guardians, and I would really like to see that. And well, definitely, I would like to. The other thing is like what I liked about this movie is like it's a fresh start. Considering the previous movie is it focuses more on Gamora's backstory instead of the rest of the Guardians, and to see something new, something about the mysterious Star Lord, it really brings the intrigue, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
and
agree. And I agree with you about the Nova course, which I think was, I mean, I love the first Guardian movie. It's one of my favorites from the Marvel studio, but I will have to admit that the Nova course was not as handled as well as I would have liked because in the first movie they were just this sort of generic police force,
yeah.
whereas in the Marvel universe, like you mentioned, they're pretty important to the cosmic Marvel, and they have usually been sort of like the Green Lantern course of the Marvel universe, and I hope to see more of that explored in the future Guardian movie as well
Mhm.
regarding this. Yes, and also like you mentioned, yeah, the first movie. I will agree with you that it touched on more of Gamora's backstory compared to the rest of the Guardians. I mean, it was mostly about Gamora and Star Lord, and I hope we can hopefully see a bit more with Rocket and maybe Drax, because I think Drax was mostly played for laughs in the first movie. And then for Gamora, actually, even though they have shown a bit more of her backstory in the first one, I actually kind of hope they show a bit more with her in terms of the action, because in the comics she's called the most dangerous woman in the galaxy or universe. So I think the first movie did not really capture that very well. So I hope they sort of rectify that in the second one.
Mhm. I mean, I would like to see more, like more stories, more of the story between Gamora and her so-called sister Nebula. I mean, like for me, when I saw Gamora, I was like, eh. But when I saw the blue skin alien chick, I was like, damn, she's hot. But
I
but
mean,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, that's one of the things I would like to see. So
I
I
think you
mean,
get your wish cause some of one promotional poster it show that Yondu and Nebula seems to be joining the team.
uh-huh.
So yeah, maybe you get your wish.
Well,
Probably
hopefully,
get your wish. Yeah.
hopefully. So anything else you would like to add about this movie though?
Okay.
Before we move on to the
One
next
last
one.
thing before we move on. I just think that probably other than learning more about Peter Quill, I think one of the things that I'm most looking forward to in this movie is the music, because I really love the soundtrack in the first Guardians movie, and I really cannot wait to see what songs James Gunn has chosen for this second one. Yeah,
I
so
also really
yeah,
like the like the retro music that he has chosen for Star Lord itself,
yeah,
because
I think
like
it,
yeah
yeah, I think it really fits Star Lord because he was adopted as a kid from the 80s, so it makes sense
yeah.
that all his songs are from that era.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why, and I also like yeah, those songs are just really. I think the songs they've chosen really suits the movie, and
Yes,
I'm
yes.
just really looking forward to what they do in the second one.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, so moving on. The next movie that we are going to talk about is the most, and I would say at the moment, the most anticipated feminine fatale movie, Wonder Woman. So,
Yeah.
what are your views on Wonder Woman, Sean?
Like, I guess I think most of those listening can agree with me that Wonder Woman is perhaps the most famous female superhero in all of Marvel or DC, and I would say that I'm really looking forward to it because they are exploring a certain part of history that's not really, I don't really think has been touched on in most action movies. I mean, even when you talk about war, most of the movies go with World War II, whereas Wonder Woman is sort of, other than being an origin story of sorts for Wonder Woman, it's also exploring the World War One era, which I think is quite interesting and more refreshing
Mm.
uh, in this regard. So, what do you think about that, Dominic?
I mean, like I like how they are going to talk about like her backstory as an Amazon, and how she's gonna be introduced into the so-called modern society for that era. Um, I I feel that like in the Batman and versus in Superman movie, I mean Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, she is more of a eye candy in the Batman and Superman movie, but I'm really happy to see that they are actually making a movie to celebrate this femme fatale, to show her like she is more than a babe. She is she has a pure heart. At the same time, like she can really kick ass. You
Yeah,
know.
I agree with you on that. I wouldn't say that she's really pure eye candy in Batman v Superman. More of like they try to just set up this whole universe, and they decided to put Wonder Woman in as well.
Yeah,
So
true.
yeah, I mean, Wonder Woman was for me like she was one of the best part of the movie for Batman v Superman, and her entrance was pretty awesome. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. As for I just really what I hope to see is I just really want a good movie because I mean I like the previous two DC movies, but I can see that the general consensus on them has been pretty mixed. So I just really hope that we can get a really good film that everybody can agree that's good instead of nah, this is bad, or no,
Yeah.
you're wrong. Just something that I won't say everybody, cause it's very almost impossible to get everybody to agree with you, but I would say most can agree it's a good movie, and I'm really hoping that Wonder Woman will be the one to course correct from the previous two DC movies, Suicide Squad and Batman v Superman.
Mm-hmm. Well, the other thing is like I love how spot on her costume is. You know, like I understand like unlike the previous one where her the movies of from the past, like her clothes are just like cloth and stuff like that. But like giving her like such like skim, I wouldn't say it's skimpy armor, but like like her better armor is like really spot on. That is like of Superman, Batman, and Superman. Sorry, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman. I think her armor or like her costume is one of the best DC has ever made.
Yeah, I agree with you. This her costume for this movie it looks really good, and I think what I like the most about the costume, especially in the Wonder Woman trailer, is the colors. It really pops up, especially when
Mm-hmm.
you compare it to because, like I say, it's being set in World War I, where they sort of form it World War I in terms of the whole battlefield is this sort of this dark and gritty. I wouldn't say gritty. It's this sort of darker colors and a costume with the red, the blue, and the yellowish gold. It really stands out in the battlefield, and I think it
Oh yes.
really looks really good in the trailer. So, and I'm really glad they choose to highlight the colors instead of desaturate the colors like they did in Batman v Superman.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, one moving on to the next movie where another really spot on costume is would be Spider-Man Homecoming. So, Spider-Man has been only reintroduced again in the recent Captain America Civil War, right?
Yep.
So I mean, okay, one thing about that Civil War movie is damn his aunt. Oh my god, wow.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah,
like,
everybody's been talking about how Aunt May is getting younger and
I know,
younger.
right? She is. Whoa. Okay. Anyway,
But uh,
sidetracking.
but
Sidetracking.
I will say this though, the actress that plays Aunt May, Marissa Tomei, she actually she's actually around 50, I think. So I think she's actually the perfect age to play somebody's aunt.
But
So
like,
I'm actually okay with it.
damn. But like, she is wow. Okay. Anyway, so this would be I would say I wouldn't say it's more of a spin-off, but like a continuation of Peter Parker's appearance in Captain America Civil War, right?
Yep. Yeah,
So as
I think so.
after Tony has inducted him into his team. So in this movie, like Peter Parker is like is going through the trials and turbulence of every teenage kid, like
Yep.
high
High school.
school,
Yep.
or
Puberty.
yeah, puberty, yes, pimples and stuff like that. But like with like in this movie, he's gonna put on don his costume and fight this person called this super villain called the Vulture. I
Yep.
mean,
Very. I think it's very appropriate because for the Spider-Man's Amazing Spider-Man comic, the first issue, he fought the Vulture. So the first movie that he's now is back in Marvel, the first villain he faced in his movie is the Vulture. So yeah, very appropriate, I would say.
oh, do you think there will be a surprise appearance of the Rhino, considering Rhino and Vulture like usually works together?
I'm not sure about this, but I won't be surprised if we get a Norman Osborn cameo, to set up future
Or
future
or or,
stuff with him. Norman
or
Osborn,
perhaps
yeah,
the
or
those
Doc
like
Ock, yeah.
no, no, not Doc Ock. Like those so-called like mutated like beings in what do you call that? Like sleeping cells. Like that Oscorp like background where you have like people in this, what do you call that? Big human jars or
You were talking about the Amazing Spider-Man series, the one with Andrew Garfield,
yeah, something like
something like
that.
that.
Something
Okay,
like
I
that.
think so.
Yes.
I think so. They
Maybe
might
that
be
would be really
building
cool,
towards
man.
like they could be building towards the Sinister Six. Who knows? Which was something I think they
Oh.
wanted to do with the
Oh.
Garfield series, but in the end they didn't.
Ah, man.
Yeah,
That was such a waste, but damn. Okay, Sinister Six. But okay, so I mean, as we look into the previous Spider-Man movies, like, what do you think makes this one stand out so much?
I think obviously the big thing is Marvel Studio is finally handling the creative side
Yes.
of it instead of everything being Sony. So I think we can. I won't say that the previous Spider-Man movies were bad. I really like the Raimi ones with Tobey Maguire, at least the first two. I really like
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I still think it's some of the best Spider-Man films we have. And then, but I would say that I really hoping is they can sort of explore these teenage years of Peter Parker, which wasn't really explored in the previous movies, which they sort of gloss over. I think it's going more of the young Peter route that the Ultimate Universe is covering, that the Ultimate Universe covered before.
Mm-hmm. I mean, sorry, but why do you think like okay, for me, like when it comes to like the Spider-Man cine universe, Tobey Maguire wouldn't be my number one go-to Spider-Man, like after Garfield, I think Garfield did a really good portrayal of Spider-Man because he has like that goofy looking appearance, and his voice, oh my god, his voice is like kind of spot on as well. But this new Spider-Man, I mean, he has the quirks. He only has like a small scene in the Civil War of Captain America. Like, do you think like he can do it well this time around? I mean, people has been giving him like praises in the Civil War movie. Do you think he can pull this one off though?
Yeah, I think from what we've seen of the new actor Tom Holland, I think he can pull
Mm-hmm.
off. I think he pulled off Spider-Man pretty well from what we have seen. Little we have seen of him in Civil War. I mean, it's just a.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can say it's just mostly a glorified cameo. But uh, I would say that with Marvel Studio handling this, I will safely say that yeah, I think this can possibly be the best incarnation of Spider-Man we have seen in the live action movies.
That is pretty big words for this movie. Pretty
Yeah, I mean,
like you know, but yeah, you were saying.
yeah, I mean, like, I would say that we, I would say, yeah, Toby Maguire he didn't really got the quippy side of Spider-Man well, whereas Garfield did. But whereas I didn't really picture Garfield as Peter Parker, like sort of the nerd,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
compared to what Toby did. As Toby had more of the nerd vibe,
Uh-huh.
but he wasn't a really good Spider-Man, whereas Garfield was a better Spider-Man and maybe not so that good a Peter Parker.
Ah, I
Like
see.
for me, I'm not sure about the rest, but for me, and I think, but whereas for Tom Holland, I think he sort of got the balance right this time around, from what we've seen
Mm-hmm,
of him in Civil War.
mm-hmm. But like, is there anything else you would like to see in this movie though?
I would say that what I would like to see most is probably some hints of Norman Osborn and possibly like
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
towards the Sinister Six. That's the one that
Sinister
I'm
Six.
most looking forward to for this movie. Yeah, what about you, Dominic?
Now that you mention Sinister Six, I think that is what I would like to see as well because like the Sinister Six itself, like he is kind of like the brainchild of Norman Osborn. You know, like indirectly because like the people in Sinister Six are somewhat related to the Oscorp itself. You know, and then they are given like powers and stuff. So Sinister Six, I'm at, like you, I'm hoping to see like them forming in the next movie. Considering this is only Homecoming, you know,
Yeah,
as in like the movie like after Homecoming, they might delve into like the darker side of Spider-Man, like you know, balancing his love life with Mary Jane, and then at the same time fighting all this evil villains.
yeah, I would say that Spider-Man. I'm probably expecting Homecoming to be more of a standard. I would
Mm-hmm,
say
mm-hmm.
like very typical Spider-Man story. Whereas for the Sinister Six, I'm actually thinking maybe I would mind if they build to it slowly. So maybe a third or fourth Spider-Man movie. Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah, it's
Maybe
true.
don't rush it like the Garfield Amazing Spider-Man
Oh
series
yeah,
did.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. So okay, moving on to the next one, we have Thor Ragnarok.
Yep. So
So
I think this is. I have a feeling this is going to be the big one in terms of building towards the whatever they are planning with the Avengers.
I mean, well, when we look into Thor, the comic book series, Ragnarok would be the fall of Asgard, you know.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was hoping to see as well in this one.
But like, do you think like it will be as epic as the comics though?
In terms of the, I think I really hope they actually I really hope they do because to be honest, the Thor series from Marvel has been. I will say that for me, I would say they are some of the weaker Marvel movies, and I think they didn't really portray Thor as powerful as they could be. I mean, the second one did, but I mean, the second movie did show him at pretty pretty sort of pretty powerful. But in terms of the general overall, the way they have handled Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he hasn't been he isn't as powerful as you would expect from like in the comics. So I'm really hoping they can show him cutting loose in this third Thor movie,
Hmm.
especially the Hawk as well, since it's been confirmed that the Hawk will be in Thor Ragnarok as well.
Oh yeah, speaking about the Hulk, I mean like he has been missed like in the previous Civil War movie, but I would like to see them like but like I would like to see like them bringing elements from Planet Hulk. Do you think that this might lead into Planet Hulk?
Now I think you'll definitely see some elements of Planet Hawk in this. I think no, I don't think it's been confirmed, but I think there were some pictures there were some costume that were released by that was released by Marvel for San Diego Comic Con, and there was some gladiatorial combat armor that was on display for the Hawk. So I'm pretty sure we might get some elements of Planet Hawk in Thor Ragnarok. I just hope that it doesn't overshadow the movie because this is still Thor's movie. So I just hope that Hawk doesn't overshadow Thor for this one.
Mm-hmm. Well, consider like like what's the name of oh crap, it's on it's on the edge of my mind. I can't think of you know like Thor has like these three Asgardians running around with him. What are they called?
Yeah. The Warriors Tree.
Yes, the Warriors Tree. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, do you think like the Warriors Tree will have more impact in this movie?
I certainly hope so. I mean, they've been kind of underutilized in the Thor
Yeah, I
previous
know,
two
right?
Thor movies, and I would say that especially I would hope to see Sif return because I think she's a pretty great character that Marvel could use as
Oh
well.
yes,
So so
definitely.
so I'm hoping yeah we can get to see some Warriors 3 in action as well.
Hmm.
Especially you see Ragnarok implies the fall of Asgard, so I think you also have need all the Asgardians to be there. So they have this
Hmm.
sort of epic battle at the end at the finale.
Against Loki?
I'm not sure whether it'll be Loki because I think it's been confirmed by Marvel that the villain will be Hela, the goddess of death. Yeah, so
Ah,
I'm not sure
hell,
how
huh?
you will tie in with Loki pretending to be Odin in the second Thor movie at the end of the second Thor movie. I'm not sure how it all tie up.
I mean, like for me, other than being a comic book geek, I'm also like really interested in the mythology. Like Loki is the one who in the Norse mythology, Loki is the one who brought down Ragnarok onto Asgard, because like Hel is actually Loki's daughter, if you guys do not know. Surprisingly, but like I guess like in the Marvel movie, like or the Marvel universe, like she has a different adaptation. So
Yeah,
I mean, it's still really far away, like from considering like the in the United States it's gonna be released in November, so like things might change, you know. Uh, so we can't really say that it like whatever we do anticipate may not be there or will be there, so like we can't really tell at the moment. So anything else you want to add for this one?
yeah. I mean, like you mentioned, I think it's pretty certain that they were gonna have to change aspects from the comics because like you mentioned, the movies have changed quite a bit actually from the comics as well. So I won't be surprised if Hela has a different origin in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so in terms of whatever else I've add about Thor Ragnarok, I just say, like I mentioned, I just want this to be the really good Thor movie, which I think is one of the series that's been lacking in the Marvel movies. So I hope this one really turns it around for
Mm-hmm.
Thor. Yeah.
So okay, last one.
Okay, the epic one for me
The epic
anyway.
for you, really? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, for as to why it's epic, I will touch on it later.
Okay, so would you like to do the honors and introduce this movie to us?
Okay, the last one will be of course the big guns gathering themselves, the Justice League, starring all the big DC characters like Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. So yeah, I can say this will be this is the Avengers of the DC universe.
Mm-hmm. So about this movie, like I have a lot of conflicts for this movie, and considering like what you said, like big guns, like I mean like that is a plus for me, because like I myself, I am not like a really big DC fan compared to Marvel, but Sean is. Sean, I
Yep,
would say
I'm
like
more a
will be
DC
the
fan.
more of a
Yes.
opposite of me. So what do you as a DC fan would like to see in this movie,
Okay.
other than the like the powerhouses.
Okay. So Justice League has the villain has been confirmed to be sort of the one of the commanders of Darkseid's foot soldiers, the Parademon, Stephen Wolf, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. He's the uncle of Darkseid, if I'm not wrong. So I'm thinking as so most likely he'll be leading an invasion of Earth in the Justice League movie. So as to what I want to see, definitely the gathering of the Justice League. I think it's definitely a anticipated moment, sort of like when you see the first Avengers movie, when you see all of them gather together. That's definitely the draw for me. And
Mm-hmm.
as well as I just hope that it's not too similar to the first Avengers movie because I think the invasion of Earth, I think is pretty standard,
Yeah, that one was a really big
pretty
jump,
standard for it.
even
Yeah,
for my own
pretty.
liking.
I mean, because the first Avengers movie also did an alien invasion, so I'm just worried that this one might be too similar to that plot wise. But I just hope they can differentiate it enough because
Mm-hmm.
it is definitely going to be a inevitable comparison between the two, and you don't want the plot to be similar as too similar as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I hope I want to see the most in terms of what they're gonna do with the Justice League in this one.
Okay, okay. I mean, like for me, like okay, I'll give my criticism. Okay, like for me, I feel that because this is months after the events of Batman and versus Superman, and if for people who are into comics, like, and comparing it to the movie, the Justice League itself, the Justice League was formed in the younger days of Bruce Wayne, but then again, like in the Batman versus Superman movie, like Batman himself is already in his like 40s. He's going to retire soon, so maybe like in at that point in time he might be looking for someone to take over his place. But in the Justice League movie, I think it doesn't really fit the whole DC storyline, because like because like the movie itself is months after the events of Batman and versus Superman, and like Bruce Wayne in just upcoming Justice League movie, he might look really old. But then again, there might be high hopes for someone to take over the mantle after Ben Affleck done a few has done a few movies as Batman. Maybe we will see more of Nightwing, or maybe Robin or something like that. But I don't know, like Justice League, like to me, the only powerhouse in this movie would just be Batman, because I'm a big Batman fan.
Okay, yeah, I definitely agree with you on this. Like, I mean, sort of, DC is trying to build a cinematic universe the same as Marvel, and you sort of want your most of your big name characters to be around for quite a while. So you to have us to start, you have a older Batman. So it's sort of, I mean, how like you say, he's in the 40s. So how long more can he go? So to say, in
Yeah,
his
yeah.
prime. But I would say that Ben Affleck has really changed my opinion on this one because despite what was portrayed in Batman v Superman, I think it was a pretty good Batman, and I'm really looking forward to whatever future solo films they have planned for Batman. But in terms of Justice League, sort of in terms of based on the footage that was released by WB for Justice League, it sort of seems to be they are trying to juxtapose the veteran Batman with this sort of younger and more, I would say, hyper Flash, because who is hyper Flash. So this balance between the young and the older generation of superheroes. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it's their dynamic that I'm also very much looking forward to in the Justice League movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, the other thing I'm anticipating is Aquaman, man. I mean,
So
like,
you're sorry,
from
Aquaman.
yeah,
Yeah,
Aquaman. I mean, like, from someone who only has powers in waters and can talk to fish, Aquaman has such a huge revamp, man. I mean,
yeah.
he is like so much more powerful compared to his previous comic persona.
Yeah,
And
I mean, yeah, I agree with you. As in, the general public seems assumption of the Aquaman, which is not helped by this show that I was watching called The Big Bang Theory. Who always seem to be making fun of Aquaman talking to fishes. Okay, I mean, they pretty much acknowledge it in the footage as well. I mean, there was a scene of Bruce Wayne talking to Aquaman saying, "So you talk to fish?" So it's a pretty pretty well known pop culture joke by now. But I would say that actually Aquaman is a pretty powerhouse maybe not on the same league as Superman, but he's pretty strong and durable as well. And he's even stronger and faster when he's underwater.
Yeah,
So I
when he's
really hope
underwater.
this movie can, yeah. So I think this movie will definitely change
Perception.
people's perception of Aquaman. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
So okay, now that we have mentioned all the movies, uh, so which one would be your most anticipated movie and your least anticipated movie?
Okay, so I'll just go from the least to the most.
Okay, so number one
And
would be.
okay, so my number one will be the least anticipated. I will have to say Logan. I'm very sorry. I'm
Ah,
very sorry,
why,
Hugh
why?
Jackman. I'm very sorry, I'm I'm just sort of I won't say a little. I won't say tired. Maybe I'm just a little worn out by the Fox X Men movies. They just haven't really captured my interest the same way Marvel or the DC movies have.
Mm-hmm.
But that said, an R-rated Wolverine film is still very appealing to me. So, but unfortunately, that's the last least anticipated for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then next will be Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Okay.
Like I mentioned, this one I think is reason why it's so low. I think is the reason is similar to Logan is that there's a lot quite similar is that Sony hasn't exactly been I've ever seen Spider-Man 2, they haven't really did a very good job with Spider-Man. Although I think Marvel Studio will do a better job. But I'm just maybe a little tired of all the Spider-Man reboots. So I'm putting this on the lower end of the list. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and for the third will be Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Cause Wonder Woman,
Huh.
I think the thing that I'm most worried about is the inevitable comparison it will have with the first Captain America movie, because both are set in the past
Mm.
in a World War setting. Before, most likely they'll show them in the present, and also it's more of an origin movie as well. So I won't say I'm tired of origin movies. It's just that the origin movies sort of they usually have they usually have to tick a few boxes, so to say, to get to get the audience to understand the character and all this.
Uh.
So sometimes it might be slower. I wouldn't say slower pace, but they have to get some exposition out that you might not have to, you might not need for the future sequels, maybe. So that's why I'm building it somewhere in the middle for the of the list.
I see.
But that said, the action looks good, and Gal Gadot seems to be a pretty good Wonder Woman. So
Uh-huh.
that's why I'm putting it ahead of the Logan and Spider Man.
Okay.
And for the fourth one, I'll put Thor Ragnarok,
Knew it.
mostly
Uh-huh.
because like I mentioned, I'm not so hot on the Thor series, but I'm really hoping that Marvel can turn this around. And I think I mentioned it just now when we were talking about the Ragnarok movie. I think this might be a pretty big piece of what they are doing for the next Avengers movie. I think it might be there might be some setup for the next Avengers movie. So based on that, I put it slightly higher than the rest.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the fifth one will be Guardians of the Galaxy 2. My second most anticipated movie will be Guardians 2. Because, like I say, the first Guardian is some of my favorite Marvel movies, and plus I love the soundtrack for the first one, so I really cannot wait to see what James Gunn does with the second one.
Mm-hmm.
That plus Baby Groot
Mm-hmm.
will makes this the second most anticipated, and obviously my most anticipated, like I mentioned before, is Justice League. Just because, like you mentioned, Dominic, I'm a big DC fan,
Yes.
and to see the heroes all gather together in one epic team up movie is something that the inner nerd and geek in me is just jumping up and down in glee in this. Like it's similar to what I had when I watched the first Avengers movie. Yeah, so this is my most anticipated movie for 2017. What about you,
Mm.
Dominic?
Okay. So, like you, I would say it's pretty much different. But, okay. So my first least anticipated movie will be Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Okay, the
Guardians.
reason, yes, Guardians of Galaxy 2. I mean, the reason being like, come on, man, Marvel, you sold out. I can't believe it. You sold your brand to Disney. You know, I mean,
Just that because of that.
Dude, okay, like what you said before, like for Fox, like why they did so well with Deadpool is because it's a R movie. Um, like for me personally, I feel like a superhero movie has either got to be NC-16 or R, like
I
to
think
to
it
make it
really
really good, gritty stuff like that. I mean, those are the kinds of like super movies that we go for, that I will go for, because considering like what you see in comics. But then again, we can't expect like whatever we want from the comics to be on the big screen. So I mean, come on, PG really. So yeah, I mean, they have to be family friendly. When are fights family friendly, you know? So okay, so next one, Wonder Woman would be my second least anticipated one. Like you, I mean, I don't really have high hopes for this one because like you said, like I'm just afraid that it might delve more into the World War I thing instead of focusing on Wonder Woman's character itself, because like the movie producers, they do need to cater to the masses. And if, like you say, the tick box unmatched up, the movie is going to be a flop. So instead of like characters, you know, like how most character origin stories, they are more action packed and really briefly only touch on the character's origin story itself. So Wonder Woman would be my second least anticipated movie. Okay, so my third one would be Logan. Okay. I mean, like you, I am kind of like sick of Marvel, like, trying to too many Wolverine movies, man. Um Logan itself, like, I mean, like, I know it's nitty gritty R21, as I said before, but like then again, come on, Fox. Like, I'm just hoping that Fox doesn't screw up another X-Men movie. The only good movie or in the Marvel universe that I've ever seen would be Deadpool. They nailed Deadpool so well, but I'm just hoping that they are going to do a better one with, like, compared to the past X-Men movies and origin story of Wolverine. So this is just like, in the middle for me. Okay,
yeah
so the
like
next one will be Spider-Man: Homecoming. Spider-Man has been always been my favorite, one of my favorite Marvel characters, because he's kooky, he's witty, he's like really funny at the same time. Like, uh,
I can see it because I think I would say that Spider-Man is probably my favorite Marvel character as well. Yeah.
mhm. um, so for Spider-Man: Homecoming, well, I would love to see more of Aunt May, definitely, but I would like to see how they are going to, like, wrap his world around the world of superheroes, considering the original comic books. uh Spider-Man is in college, but as a teenager, like, we have all been there as a teenager, like, to balance like your so-called, like, blossoming love life, your school life, puberty, and at the same time you have to, like, manage fighting superheroes. Okay, maybe that part we don't really experience, but like, I really like to see how they are going to play with Spider-Man's character in this one.
Yeah. That's
And
that's always been a big appeal of Spider-Man. The sort of superhero school life balance that he's always trying to juggle.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, watching the previous Captain America, Civil War, his appearance, like, as on even like even in Tony Stark's team, like, his appearance is really well done, even though it's a really short period for him, or really short exposure for this new Spider-Man. So I'm really anticipating to see him on the big screen. So last one, the second last one, before my so number five on my sorry, yeah, on my list will be Thor Ragnarok. I am Thor Ragnarok will be why is it so high on my list is because like I'm just maybe I'm hoping too much, but the fall of Asgard is going to be epic.
Oh
Like
yeah, definitely. This is
yeah,
Ragnarok implies it sort of conjuncts to mind a certain storyline, and I really hope they really pay off on this word Ragnarok.
yes, definitely. I mean, Odin, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but like spoilers in case, Odin might die, and Thor might take over Odin's place. uh, you know like when Thor like falls into this coma and enters mortal body. Do you know that story arc?
You mean the Donald Blake story?
Yes, Donald Blake story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like maybe it might happen after this one, but then again, like back to the movie itself, I just would like to see the Ragnarok. I would just like to see Ragnarok happen and Asgard fall. Because I don't know, like I just like to see. Sometimes it's fun to see things get destroyed, but one
Yeah,
more thing.
especially in a superhero movie, yeah.
Yes,
They want to see those destruction and everything.
and one more thing about this movie is like the appearance of Hulk.
Yeah, the Hulk is a big draw as well.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, for Hulk in this movie, like they are gonna draw elements from Planet Hulk. For people who do not know what Planet Hulk is, Hulk is well, spoilers again. Like Hulk is too dangerous for Earth, and the minds of the greatest minds on Earth, they had to send him away. So he decided. So when Hulk landed on a planet, he took over a planet and he became the king. So that's Planet Hulk for you, like the really brief story. So I really like to see the Incredible Hulk in this movie with a really kick-ass what do you call that hairdo um crap, I can't remember what's the hairdo, but like he has a really cool hairdo. Sorry, you just said something.
No. I'm not sure what hairdo you're talking about either.
You know like where you shave the sides and you have this thing like in the center.
Mohawk?
Yes, a mohawk. Thank you so much. Oh my god, I can't
Oh,
believe
okay.
I forgot that. But yeah, he's gonna. I'm just hoping that he's gonna come out with like a really huge battle axe or battle hammer, like dawn with skulls and stuff, and then like coming onto Ragnarok with perhaps his son. Uh, with a
I don't.
really
I
with a
think that
really
might
kick
be.
with a really kick-ass mohawk. Yes,
Yeah. I
that
think the
that might
sun
be
part
too
might be a
far-fetched.
bit too. Yeah, might be too much for the movie to do. So I don't think they'll. I'm not sure whether. I'm not. I'm pretty sure they won't go with that.
Maybe, but I'm
Yeah.
just hoping. I have my fingers crossed. Lastly,
Yeah.
Justice League, man.
Oh, we have
Like
the same. We have most anticipate
yes,
same.
yes. Why is because I want to see how well Justice League. I just want to see DC's answer to Marvel's Avengers, man. Like, is it really that good as you say? I mean, there is Batman. Batman has been, even though if I'm a big Marvel fan, Batman has always been my number one superhero. So I would really like to see what he is gonna do as his role as the silent guardian in this bunch of overpowered like really like like overpowered bunch of like superheroes with abilities and stuff when Batman only has his gadget belt, you know. So I mean
Yeah,
like
yeah.
for me that would just be Justice League. The highlight would be Gal Gadot and Batman.
Well,
I'm
yes.
sorry, man, Sean. I am so sorry, but yeah. So
No.
I mean like so that will be the things that we would like to talk about today, and I would really like to thank you guys for joining us on this conversation.
And
And
listening to us. You can post your own. You can post your own most anticipated list as well in the comments if you like.
yes,
Everybody has their own opinions on this. I'm sure about that.
and also if you would like us to talk about something else, like maybe a comic or maybe movie or games, like feel free to do so, and we will do our best to cater your needs. So that will be all from us. My name is Dominic,
And I'm Sean. Thanks for listening.
and I hope you enjoy a dose of Geek Serum. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.